Opening lineup.
Hi, everyone. We're coming. So the opening lineup for the Heat. We got Jaime Jaquez, Hero out there with Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5. And for Chicago, Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then there's Patrick Williams. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Smith in at the 5 spot. And the 3 ball is good. Well, Greg, this matchup features 2 teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat point to be honored with the statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street name after him. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Now, Hero has to wear. Here's Jaquez. Hits the jumper in space. Chicago with the ball. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
For 3.
Wiggins getting some instant payback for that 3 on the other end. You just got to love the competitive fire.
And Giddey gets it to go. Giddey's got 7 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift.
Look out! Look out!
Now that's how you finish. Putting something extra on it. Wiggins showing off what he can do.
Ball against Wiggins. And Ball slams it in.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, he'll take it.
And when you think about Andrew Wiggins, championship-level defender for sure.
He can get in a guy's shirt without fouling him. He has the lateral movement to keep ball handlers in front of him. Really tough to do, especially in isolation.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
There's a screen.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Wiggins kicks to Ware. Wiggins surveying the floor. Pass to Ware. On the clock. It's rebounded by Giddey. The Bulls leading by 5. Here he goes. Buzelis with the ball. Here's Ball. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Adebayo against Giddey. And Adebayo throws it down.
And this is too easy for Adebayo. Once he's close to the rim, he is going to damage you.
Ball, the pass to Giddey. Into the lane. Hero against Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And that one's good. Wiggins.
You love it when Wiggins is aggressive in the lane. That's when he's at his best.
It's Giddey with the drive. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Chicago leading by 7. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Smith with a screen on Wiggins. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
19 seconds left to play in the first. Adebayo down low. Giddey defending. And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, take it up strong, big fella.
And here is Giddey. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Chicago. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
Williams is out there with Smith. Then it's Buzelis. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Giddey in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Smith sets the pick for Ball. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Known as a pass-first player, you like to see Lonzo call his own number out of that two-man game and be aggressive.
Here's Wiggins. Pass to Ware. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Wiggins against Ball. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Wiggins. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Wiggins outside. 5 on the clock. There's the drive. Oh, offensive interference.
Offensive interference. No basket.
Chicago leading by 5. Pass to Giddey. Buzelis sets a screen for Giddey. Here's the floater, and it's denied.
And watch how Hero uses a burst of speed to get ahead of the shot, managing to swat that one away.
And so here is Chicago. Clock at 4. Here's Ball. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside, Hero. Here's the triple. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Hero kicks to Adebayo. Ball against Hero. Has to wear beyond the arc.
2 minutes.
Chicago grabs the miss. Ball surveying the defense. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Hero. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for 4 generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Has to wear. And here's Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. No good from outside. The Bulls leading by 9. Now here's Williams. Down low. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
It doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Hero with it. Now Smith defending. Where? Good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Back to Hawkins. On the wing, Wiggins. Another shot. Has to wear. The Heat need to get a shot off. Hawkins with a wide open look. And the Heat, another 3.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
7-second difference, shot and game clock.
Miami foul.
Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2nd personal foul.
The free throw drops for Buzelis.
Whether he's off ball or on it, you just love what Buzelis brings to the floor.
The Heat trail by 8. Wiggins outside. Has to wear. Back to Wiggins. Got it. Good job in the low post. Wiggins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Williams outside, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bulls lead by 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the Sun. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Josh Giddey.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. They've got Robinson. He's out there with Alec Burks. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Burks on the wing. They set the pick. Back to Robinson. A 3 ball. Good on the 3-point shot. Robinson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And there is White, and that's good on the assist by Collins. And the Bulls lead by 5. Miami's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Here's Vucevic. Here's Horton Tucker. Highsmith grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Love with the screen for Burks. And he lays it straight in.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Collins, a screen on Burks. Here's White. Pass to Dosunmu. Now Vucevic. Outside White. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Offline with his three. The Heat trail by 3. Outside for Robinson. Burks looking around. Out to the right wing. Love with the screen on White. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. And he hits it to tie the game up.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
White, good. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
There's a good screen. Here's Robinson.
2 minutes
From downtown. They get it back. Jovic passes to Highsmith. Jacks up a 3. And that one is off. Chicago leading by 3. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg. But with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And it goes down 2 points. Burks has got 7 points.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Here's Collins. Out to White. 1:14 left to play in the third. And White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Now here's Burks. Defended by Dosunmu. Love outside. He takes it in. That one's not going to go. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. White, good.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now, here's Burks. He's covered closely.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, PA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
The Heat trail by 7. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Love with the screen for Robinson. Oh, good on the triple.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, and you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
White looking around. Here's Vucevic. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. It's Chicago as they end the third quarter with a 13-4 run. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Patrick Williams. Flash Giddy is out there with ball. And it's Smith. And it's Buzelis in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Pass to Buzelis. Williams a screen on Hero. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Ball's knocked loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. For three, Smith. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Buries it from three-point range.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. I had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Miami Heat.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Hero against Ball. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And there's that vertical of Hero. Gets off the floor with ease and just hammers that one down.
And the shot is good. Giddey's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Ball against Hero. And that one goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Ball. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hero. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Here's Giddey. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Giddey's got 23 points.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
Taken away. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Here's Hackett. Trains the wing trade. Now it's just a 3-point Chicago lead.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
It's one thing to get close, but do they have enough left in the tank to take the lead? We'll have to see.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball.
Giddey goes in. And the layup's good off the glass. Giddey's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Really hard to count how many of their possessions have ended just like that, with one of his shots falling.
Efficiency is key, especially down the stretch.
Outside, Hero. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. They set the screen. Jaquez can't hit. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Chicago. They've led by as many as 11 points. Giddey kicks to Smith. Hits it from three-point range. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Here's Ware. Back to Jaquez. And the layup falls.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one. But look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Giddey. Makes it off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 8.
Operation Feed the Horse. Feed them early and often. And guess what? It's working. They have the lead.
Jaquez with the ball. Now Smith defending. Back to Jaquez. Taken away by Williams. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Ball from long range. And Ware pulls it down. Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But hey, never say never.
And a deep three from Ball. Again, ball missing. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to...
teams. Like to get into the half-court stand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. We've got Trae Young, Rizachet out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Okongwu, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Young, following the bucket by the Bulls. From deep three-point land. No good.
We all know he's a good shooter. But from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Nance with a screen on Ball. Young from long range. They get it back. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Picked up by Okongwu. Goes back up. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Giddey. From downtown. The shot by Buzel is no good. The Hawks have gone 1 for 3 so far. Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor. Williams from long range. He buries it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Young. Pass to Daniels. Out to the right wing. With some arc. Stolen by Ball. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Outside Giddey. Back to Williams. Ball outside. Takes the 3. And again, hits the Bulls from deep.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Young, the pass to Nance. Young with it. Guarded now by Williams. Nance with a screen on Giddey. 5 on the clock. Chicago with a rebound.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Here's Williams. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, That's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
If the defender is giving them that much space, the points are inevitable.
Here's Daniels. Giddy defends. Here's Nance. And Nance with the slam.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Three-pointer, Buzelis sinks it from distance.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
Knocked loose. Here's Young. Let's go with a three. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. No one near him. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist from Williams. Buzelis has got 5 now.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Outside Young. Lets it go from deep. Here's a Kongwu. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. We got Risache. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. Then it's Larry Nance. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Giddy. Off with the layup. Here's Risache. Pass to a Kongwu. Here's Risache. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Bulls ball.
Bulls leading by 3. It's stolen by a Kongwu. LeVert passes to Daniels. And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's a Kongwu. Chicago with a rebound. And coach, with a Kongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing a Kongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
That ties it up. Risache's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, get used to seeing that. Risache will be nailing threes for many years to come.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside. Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Here's Giddey. Count it. And the Bulls lead by 3.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
LeVert goes against Ball. Launches it. Offensive board. Here's a Kongwu. Crafty move. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that gonna get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
And Chicago has possession, following the score by Atlanta. And that one's good. Giddey.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Here's Daniels. The Bulls making their last shot. Nance outside. There's the three. That shot off. Some solid defense from Williams. Bulls leading by 3. It's Giddey on the wing. Give him 8. Down low. Here's Buzelis. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Okay now, Rook. Buzelis showing he can finish with some power.
Daniels. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Daniels has got 9.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Here's Giddey. Pass to Williams. Fires for 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. And the Bulls lead by 6.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, and when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
It's tipped. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Okongwu finds LeVert. The kick out to Nance. LeVert outside. Back to Nance. The 3 is up. And it's Giddey with a rebound.
Atlanta foul. Daniel. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And here are the Bulls now. 6-point game. LeVert with a rebound.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be right back with you shortly. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. It's been quite a game for Onyeka Okongwu.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
They've got Nikola Vucevic. Talen Horton-Tucker is out there with Kobe White. Then there's Kevin Huerter, and it's Collins in at the 4-man position. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department. And then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
There's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. And the Hawks making a change here. Young's checked in. And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And Atlanta with possession here. Trailing by 5. Here's Niang. Good work there as it goes. Niang's got his first basket.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Well, Stan, you talk about a late bloomer. Kobe White has shown that he might be just that.
Well, Brian, everything has come together for him. He's improved on defense. He's improved his decision-making. He got that second contract and a bigger role, and he is playing great.
They might have the best hair in the NBA.
You got to commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
There's Young with the three. The three ball is good from Young.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Bulls leading by 4. Here's White. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Well, at first, White shows the burst. Then the control off the drive.
And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Pass to Herter. Pure from three-point range. And now a 9-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, that's a great find by White. He's such a clever and deceptive combo guard.
Young from long range. He can't get it to go.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Here's White. Uses the glass on the layup. White's got 8 points in the quarter.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Now here's Young. He's got 5. The kick out to Johnson.
2 minutes remaining.
That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Johnson's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find him.
Here's White. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Young. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Here's Niang to the left wing. Capella, the pass to Young. Capella, screen on White. Back to Capella. Second chance effort. With 1 on the clock. The kick out to Johnson. Ball stolen. White looking it over. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
White against Young. And there's the screen. Inside. It's Trae Young.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Johnson with a double team. Outside Horton Tucker. Pass to Vucevic. White on the wing. The Bulls need to get off a shot. And Vucevic gets it to go on the assist by White. Vucevic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Young from long range. And it's Young again missing. He gets it up. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Kobe White, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving. And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard, and guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions. Those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
And the Hawks, looking at who they've got, Risache out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Karis LeVert, then there's Dyson Daniels, and it's a Kongwu in at the center position. Atlanta with the ball, after the basket by Chicago. Yep, that one's good.
It's always good to see Risache mixing it up down low.
Ball surveys the floor. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
Hawks ball.
And Atlanta has possession. It's a 13-point game. Now LeVert. Knocked away. And now the Bulls in transition. And Ball gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 15. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
Daniels, that one's true.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Outside, Williams. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Nance. Pass to Rizachet. This one for three. And it's Giddy with a rebound. Bulls leading by 15. Wide open look. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Rizachet. And the layup is good.
And there's the ability to finish for Rizachet. Nobody scares him at the rim.
And it's Giddy off the drive. And he banks in the layup. Giddy's got 4 points this quarter.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
LeVert passes to Daniels. Back to LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. 5 to shoot. Up and over Smith. Okongwu, no good. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth.
And I'll tell you what, for his size, just about 7 feet, Buzelis is a pretty good passer.
Three-pointer. They get it back. Pass to Daniels. And here's Okongwu. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Now here's Smith. Ball outside. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Bulls.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the two benches was a deciding factor in this game.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Josh Giddey.
Well, we saw some exceptional passes from him tonight. His vision did a lot to elevate their offense.
Now here's Okongwu. The Hawks need to get one up here. And he jams it home with authority.
Assisted by Larry
And
Nance.
so here is Chicago. 17 points was their biggest margin. Ball outside. On the take. Soft touch off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 15.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Rizachet. Outside for LeVert. The 3-ball. Sends it home from three-point land.
Really good passing wing. Rizachet isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
Williams from long range. And no good. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a group.
2 kick. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Shea is out there with Nance. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at center. And for the Heat, we've got Jaime Jaquez. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Wynn in at the 5. We can expect more of a methodical pace, Brent, I think, in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side are afraid to take it under 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Outside, Hero. Pass to Ware. Launches a 3. It doesn't go for him. Daniels with it. Out defended by Adebayo. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Lets it go from deep. Jaquez with the bucket. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Now here's LeVert. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. LeVert kicks to Okongwu. LeVert against Hero. 4 on the clock. Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
Ware passes to Hero. Here's Ware. Launches it. And the Heat, another 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
First team foul.
Miami with the ball. Jaquez outside. Puts up a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Jaquez has got 6.
Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
The Heat leading by 5. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Atlanta ball.
Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. LeVert's screen on Jaquez. And that one's good. Shea.
Possessing good size and impressive versatility. The rookie, Shea, looking comfortable operating inside.
Hero against LeVert. Now Hero, D right on him, shoots over LeVert. Kicks it out to Hero. Second chance shot. Adebayo drives in. Here's Ware. And it's Daniels with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Okongwu. Oh, good with the triple. For Miami, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Adebayo with the screen on LeVert. Here's Hero. Shoots over LeVert. Nails the baby hook.
Fighting the inside defender, Hero really works to get to the bucket.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. That's a big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jaquez.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Here's LeVert. 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Okongwu. He nails it, and we're tied up. Okongwu's now got his second bucket of the game to go.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? Coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement.
Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Here's Wiggins, and Wiggins throws it down.
Oh, yeah, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Here's Nance. Misses from close range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
They've got Wiggins. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Daniels. A three-pointer, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Inside, Ware, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Out to Nance. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And the jam by Larry Nance.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
Jaquez outside, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaime Jaquez. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The Hawks trail by 4. Here's LeVert. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Due to that aggressive style of play on the offensive end, LeVert is kind of just used to contact at this point.
Shots good by Hero.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Here's LeVert. Out to Nance. It's stolen by Adebayo. Driving the lane. And it's Rizachet with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on Project Big Man, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project, and certainly Miami was able to do that. And you have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night. Larry Nance Jr. has all of the ability to be effective from there.
And Adebayo throws it down hard.
And how about Adebayo just getting up and getting athletic?
They double him with Adebayo. Pass to Daniel. To the middle. Nance a screen on Wiggins. Pocket 6. Daniels with it. Wants to get it to Adebayo and does. In the corner, it's Wiggins. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. And it's a 5-point Miami lead. LeVert against Hero. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaime Jaquez. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, LeVert. It's hauled in by the Heat. And here's Adebayo. Kicks it out to Hero. And the Heat, another three.
Well, the catch and shoot is where Tyler Hero excels.
Here is Daniels, covered by Wiggins. Pass to Rizichet. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Hero against Nance. Got a piece of it. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Nance outside. It's good from long range. Nance has got 7.
Comfortable shooting off the pass that time. Larry Nance Jr. in a catch and shoot opportunity.
Pass to Ware. Lets the three fly. Knocks down the three ball. Ware's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Heat.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's LeVert. He's got 5. Now Daniels. Over Wiggins. Daniels, no good. And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best productions. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot draw. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Looking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. They've got Young, Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Johnson, and it's Mann in at the 2 guard.
It's a nice pick and roll there. Capella slicing with purpose after he sets the screen and ready for the ball.
Stolen. Now, here is Young. Capella sets a screen for Young to the inside. And it's Capella missing. The Heat leading by 8. Here's Burks. It's good. Burks has got his second basket.
Yeah, Duncan not only moves himself, he moves the ball quite well.
And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck and middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. But they have not overcome that.
And Jovic gets it to go.
And remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Mann passes to Young. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Get yourself a round of applause.
On defense, Miami. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
Well, Capella at that size really has no issues spotting the open man.
Here's Burks. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Young outside. Capella with a screen on Burks. Here's Young. Pass to Capella. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mann. Guarded by Robinson. Young against Burks. Latre. Young, no good. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Heat. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable.
Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Burks. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
You know what? Feed the beast. You got to look for him every trip down because he's been out of his mind this quarter.
Count it. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
And Trey doing a good job exploring, trying to find those soft spots in the defense.
And one of those guys, Brent, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he's truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game.
And Young kicks to Capella. Charity stripe shot. Young, no good. The Heat leading by 12. Down low. Outside for Robinson. Back to Love. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Robinson against Young. Love wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. Capella dishes to Johnson. Going inside. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And so it's the Miami Heat going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this one?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Adebayo, Tyler Hero out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Heat. The shot's good from Nance.
And looking confident. When Nance can hit the jump shot, this offense becomes much more dynamic. And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA? Especially when the slam is coming from the point guard.
Oh, yeah. His teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Nance a screen on Hero. It's LeVert with the drive. And the shot goes in.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Hero passes to Ware. Back to Hero. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Hero sets the pick for Adebayo. And good that time. And the Heat lead by 10.
What touch from the big man as Adebayo knocks that one down.
Here's LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Miami.
They're still slashing and attacking the rim, and the defense yet to make the adjustment and keep the ball in front.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Wiggins has got the lead up to 12 now for the Heat.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins, deadly enough from that spot.
LeVert kicks to Nance. Pass to Okongwu. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Okongwu's now got 4 points this quarter. Here's Hero. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
How about Hero? Gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
On the wing, Daniels. Nance a screen on Wiggins. On the wing, Daniels. Covered by Wiggins. Out to Nance. Over Wiggins. Nance, no good.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Has to Ware. Miami needs to get a shot off. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Nance knocks it loose.
More of this from Larry Nance Jr. Rising up and tossing that one away.
Clock violation. Hawks ball.
The Hawks trail by 11. And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Miami's on 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Offensive rebound. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Lets it go from deep. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. Hero passes to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. A floater. 6 to shoot. Pass to Ware. A 3. Rebound by the Hawks. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Nance finds LeVert. Rizachet sets the screen for LeVert. Now Rizachet. Nance sets a screen for Rizachet. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. On the wing, Wiggins fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. LeVert against Hero. Driving inside. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's LeVert. Deflects the pass. And so it's Miami winning this one. Some good moments throughout the... Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David...
Lonzo Ball. Patrick Williams out there with Smith. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Giddey in at the 2. And for the Heat, we've got Jaime Jaquez. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5. Roaming the paint. Knocks it down from distance. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Here we go. The 3 from Ball. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
Love whenever Ball is assertive like this. This is how dangerous he can be on offense.
Here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Back to Hero. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Ware, that's good.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
Chicago has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Giddey passes to Ball. Here's Giddey. Two shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Hero. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. And Grant, the Heat, last season, retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Kept alive. Where? Adebayo finds Wiggins. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here are the Bulls now. And it's Giddey off the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Jaquez against Giddey. The kick out to Wiggins. Pass to Adebayo. They set the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, sweet move. Where? That's good.
The versatility of Adebayo is so impressive. There aren't many bigs that can handle the ball and pass at the level he does.
And that one's good. Giddey.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Chicago with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. The kick out to Ball. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball.
That was okay, let's say that was an odd play. You don't see misconnections like that too often.
Heat trail by 8, and that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good out.
Wiggins, no good. The Bulls have gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. Ball against Hero. Now here's Ball. He's covered closely. And Ball throws it down.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Ball passes to Giddey. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Giddey's got 11 points.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Here's Ball. Smith outside. Pass to Giddey. Ball taking his time here. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Driving in. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball passes to Giddey. There's the triple. And it's Ball with the 3. Give him 8 points now.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so it's Josh Giddey making highlights for the Bulls. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
So far in this one, when you turn it over against them, they're pushing the ball down your throat. I'm loving watching them be so relentless.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
And for Chicago, let's take a look. Williams is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then it's Ball. And it's Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Williams against Adebayo. Williams a screen on Hero. Here's Ball. Here's Williams. It's good. Williams has gotten his second bucket of the game.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Ware. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Ware's got 6 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who keeps things moving.
Outside Giddey. Drives to the hoop, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 13 points in the game.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Hero uses the glass to finish the layup.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Bulls leading by 11. Now here's Giddey. He's got 13. For 3, Smith. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Hoop poked away. Ball with a steal. Here we go, 1-on-1. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Another 3 for Chicago.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
Pass to Ware. Ball with the rebound. And Ball will bring it up here for the Chicago Bulls. Uncovered. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Buzelis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed. Yeah, that's a shame, because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's gonna put his foot on the pedal.
Back to Wiggins. Can they get it? Inside. Hero outside. 5 to shoot. And there's the drive. Here's Ware. He's off on that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Bulls leading by 21. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. That they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Here's Ball. Rebound Miami. 51 seconds left in the second. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
There's 48 seconds left in the half. Here's Ball. Outside Giddey. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
Pass to Jaquez. They set a pick. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Over Giddey. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Jaquez has got 5 now.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Here's Buzelis.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Up in time. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Bulls running away with this one. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
We've got Kevin Love. Alec Burks is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Here's White. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Bulls lead by 21. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Chicago has got 5 of 7 threes to drop here tonight. Here's Horton Tucker. Off target at the rim.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Robinson can't hit.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
White, the pass to Dosunmu. Jacks up a 3. Horton Tucker can't hit.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Pass to Jovic. Outside Robinson. Drains the triple. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Collins. Back to Horton Tucker. Vucevic with it. Vucevic, a screen on Burks. White. It's hauled in by Robinson. Heat trail by 18. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. Burke's no good. Bulls leading by 19. Here's White. Love grabs the miss. Miami is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. 4-3. Chicago grabs the miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
The Heat have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Offensive board. Here's Jovic. Outside Burks. Here's the pick. Pass to Jovic. Shot clock at 5. He drops it from range. Jovic has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Here's Horton Tucker. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Heat trail by 16. Here's Highsmith. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just an absolute force on the glass. He was not going to be denied.
Vucevic, a screen on Burks. White for 3. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Drops in the 3. And the Bulls lead by 17.
The ability to stretch the 4 is such a dangerous weapon for Vooch and his team.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer, Vucevic. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
For a true center, Vooch is excellent in that catch and shoot.
Burks passes to Robinson. Fires the 3. Collins with the rebound. Bulls leading by 18. For 3. Love grabs the miss. Love's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Burks with the drive. And he throws it down with one hand.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so. White looking it over. Vucevic with it from downtown. Rebounded by Jovic. From behind the arc. Gets the 3 to fall. Jovic has got 8 points here in the quarter. White on the wing. The 3. They get it back. Here's Collins. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Chicago in command with a 13-point. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
And the ability to drop your jaw with the pass is something you rarely see in this league. What a talent he is.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Bulls, getting the 4th quarter going. Smith out there with Williams. Then it's Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. The 3 from Ball. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there. Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. He's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
From deep, Giddey drills it from deep. Giddey's got 20 points.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Wiggins with the inside bucket. Nice.
Oh, that's a nice take from Wiggins. You can see his eyes light up when he got that position.
Jaquez against Giddey. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. No coverage that time. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
They set the pick. Here's Hero to the right side. Here's Ware, covered by Smith. 5 on the clock. To the middle. And finished off by Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Tyler Hero.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Both free throws good from Giddey. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, they're usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Yeah, another thing you notice are all the assists. The ball just has energy, and everyone is getting involved.
Bulls leading by 14. From the arc. Rebound Miami. Jaquez with it. Guarded by Smith. Here's Ware. Back to Adebayo. Pass to Wiggins. Adebayo is screened on Giddey. Wiggins for 3. The shot comes out. For Chicago, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
And that's out of bounds. Last touch by Giddey. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Back to ball. That's tipped. Stolen by Hero. It's Wiggins on the wing. Giddey defends. Outside Jaquez. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Jaquez has got 4 points this quarter.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Bulls.
You know, their ability to protect the ball helped win it for them.
Yeah, it really did. Less turnovers mean you can get more chances to score. All coaches tell you to value every possession.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Josh Giddey.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Hero, the pass to Jaquez. From outside the arc, nails it from 3. There's 48 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Ball, driving inside, goes up and lays it in, nice and easy. And the Bulls lead by 14.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Hero for 3. Ware. Ball with the rebound. And so here is Chicago. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And the shot goes down.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a
Basketball. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Josh Giddey. Williams is out there with Bruce Ellis. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Smith in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And for Atlanta, Okongwu is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Daniels. Then there's Shea, and it's Young in at the point guard position. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching. Kevin, I always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. You've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
Whether he's off ball or on it, you just love what Buzelis brings to the floor.
Pass to Giddey. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Hawks. Daniels with it, now guarded by Ball. Daniels passes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
Buries it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So,
well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Giddey. An easy 2 points on the layup. Giddey's got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And Young, here we go. He gets that one. He's got 5.
When you watch Young, there's a courage to his game.
Now Ball. Pass to Giddey. Ball sets a screen for Giddey. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a back seat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
Dealing with Lonzo Ball's playmaking was at the front of his mind. He told me Lonzo's a tremendous decision maker, so we've got to be quick to close off the passing lanes. We can't let him create easy baskets. The goal is to keep Ball's impact as a playmaker down to a minimum. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's Williams. Just 4 to shoot. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. The Hawks trail by 4. Okongwu a screen. Takes it inside. Here's Daniels. Giddey defending. Young against Williams. Williams with the block. Here's Giddey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Yeah, and Ball is an incredibly gifted passer. Just excels at getting his guys going.
51 seconds left in the first quarter. Young looking it over. Fires the three. Atlanta again missing. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here's Chicago. They're on a 13-5 run. Pass to Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
It doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Young outside. Fires from way outside. Again, Young missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Caris LeVert. Rizachet is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at center. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks streak, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Buzelis with the ball. Chicago needs to get off a shot here for 3. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. 6 points for Buzelis.
And when it comes to the three-point shooting of Buzelis, we know he has the ability, but we need to see consistency.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Giddey. It's good. Giddey's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Buzelis sets a screen for Giddey. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for him.
Here's Nance going inside. Pass to Daniels. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rizachet. Offensive rebound with one of them. And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
Nance is special. How easy is it for him to make the spectacular look routine? Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Ball. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Daniels with it, and it's Buzelis picking him up. Here's the screen. Here's Rizachet. He's covered by Ball. 5 to shoot. The drive by Nance. And Nance slams it in.
And it's in Larry Nance Jr.'s blood. Remember, his dad, Larry Sr., won the first ever dunk contest. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Daniel. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Stolen by LeVert. Here's Okongwu. Pass to LeVert. He's looking for Okongwu and finds him. LeVert up top. Here he goes. Up and in. Off to an efficient start and 2 for 3 from the field.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Daniel from outside. An absolute pound from 3-point range. Daniels has got 6. Now, here's Ball. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Josh Giddey.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Dosunmu is out there with White. And it's Vucevic. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Herter in at the 3 spot. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Great open look there. Herter's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Bulls.
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Bulls making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Here's Dosunmu. Pass to White. Just 5 on the clock. Collins setting the big for White. Collins with it. Working on Niang. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Johnson finds Capella. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Vucevic.
And a great display of physicality from Capella. He's not one to shy away from contact.
Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Dosunmu. Outside Collins. And the Bulls with another miss. The Hawks trail by 11. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
2 points. That one goes.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
And White kicks to Vucevic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Anthony Davis is great, but I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again. Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Vucevic finds Horton Tucker. Back to Vucevic. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound to the right side. Horton Tucker, the pass to Vucevic. Hands it from downtown. And the Bulls lead by 12.
And Vooch knows he can hit it off the pass. I love his confidence and quick trigger.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. Ron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 to 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. Hawks on D, down by 12. Outside, White. Clock at 6. Herter kicks to White. Back to Herter from deep. Rebound by Johnson.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Capella, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Capella's got 6 points in the quarter.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
And it's Vucevic missing. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 10-point game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. .46 seconds left to play here in the third. A nice shot by Young.
And that's just too easy for Young. But he has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
White with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Horton Tucker's shot is off. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Young. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 5 rebounds tonight. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
And the call will be against George Niang. That is his first foul of the game. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. There's Ball with the...
Oh, amazing! Perfect timing there.
And they get it to double digits just as we get set for the final quarter here.
And so it's Chicago, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Larry Nance. Young is out there with Daniels. Then it's Okongwu. And it's Rizachet in at the small forward position. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Young for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Nance. And that's 15 points for Trae Young.
And this game belongs to Young right now. He is simply making everything.
Williams with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Drills the three-pointer. And the Bulls lead by 12.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else. Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
And I just love the aggressiveness from Ball. When he's driving to the hoop, he's ready to attack the rim at will.
Here's Daniels, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Giddey, no good. The Hawks trail by 12. On the wing, Daniels. From deep three-point territory, Buzelis grabs the board. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. It's Giddey with the drive, and he tucks it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
Ball, no good. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Okongwu with it, defended by Giddey. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Okongwu.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, and hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Young against Williams. Young outside. Pass to Daniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Williams finds Smith. Ball feeling it out a bit. Now Buzelis, and it's Giddey in the corner. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Rizachet's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Young outside, lets it go with a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Buzelis with the ball. There's the 3. The rebound by Nance.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
LeVert's checked in for the Hawks. The Hawks trail by 11. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Back to LeVert. This one for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Levert's got it back down to single digits for the Hawks. And the foul on Dyson Daniels.
Atlanta foul.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Team first.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass the ball. Stolen by Levert.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
And then slams it in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Buzelis with the ball.
Atlanta foul. Penalty. Third personal. Team second. Shooting for Chicago. Buzelis.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And Greg, it looks like time is going to run out on him here.
Yeah, I mean, unless they come up with an absolute miracle.
Here's Nance. So the Bulls win it. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all.
Well, Grant. Take a look at this matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
And the starting lineup for Miami. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Risache. Jaquez covers. Pass to Daniels. Clock at 6. The Hawks need to get one up here. And here's a Kongwu for 3. No good on the shot. Hero against Nance. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Back to Hero. And it's Larry Nance with a foul. That's his first foul.
His first. Team's first.
Wiggins looking around. And that one is hammered home.
And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Here's Risache. 6 to shoot. Tries the spin move. Shoots it from the high post. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. All right, now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Quinn Snyder.
We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and Coach put it simply. He said, quote, we just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders a slip. So the defense is going to try to stay as glued The nimble Wiggins is possible for this one.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
2 shots.
You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, BA, would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Daniels. Okongwu, a screen on Wiggins. Outside for LeVert. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Daniels. Takes a 3. Connects from downtown.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Hero against LeVert. They set the pick. Rejected by Okongwu. Outside for LeVert. The 3 is up. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
LeVert goes against Hero to the paint. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And Hero, one of those guys who just rely on coming in and giving you that offensive pop. Does a lot of things for his team on that end of the floor.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Rizashea. LeVert, a screen on Jaquez. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's on Tyler Hero. And out on the wings, Zach Rizashea has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite. Coming into the league, a lot of people see Zachary Rizashea as a 3-and-D guy. The question becomes, what more can he bring to the table as he matures as a player?
Here's Nance. Now here's Okongwu, tightly guarded. Back to LeVert. Second chance shot. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency.
Well, Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. Hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable.
And Nance gets it to go on the assist from LeVert.
Terrific at taking some initiative there on the inside portion of the floor was Larry Nance Jr.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter here. Wiggins. And the layup is good off the glass. Wiggins got 6.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
And here's LeVert. 5 points in the game. Spins. And he dunks it down.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Here's Rizashea. Puts up a deep 3. And that's not going to go. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The Hawks on top, up by 5. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Larry Nance is out there with Risache. Then there's Onyeka Okongwu. Then there's Dyson Daniels. And it's LeVert in at the 1. So that's the Hawks 5. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Wiggins from long range. Oh, Wiggins! Bullseye with the 3.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins, deadly enough from that spot.
With the teardrop. Risache, no good. Heat trail by 6. Wiggins outside. Knocks it loose. Adebayo sets a screen. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. And he makes it.
You hear the word versatility so much associated with Bam Adebayo and his game. And the mid-range is coming along as well.
And the call is going to be, yes, on an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
And for Tyler, that one was nasty.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Oh, rejected by Wiggins. And they get it back. Pass to Daniels. Now Okongwu. Okongwu, a screen on Hero. And here's LeVert for 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami trailing. Wiggins outside. Adebayo with it. And it's all tied up. Adebayo's got 5 points. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. 3-pointer. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds now. Nance against Adebayo. And Nance with the slam.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
Here's Hero. Here's Adebayo. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And there's 1:45 left to play in the first half. And the shot's good by Wiggins.
And Wiggins, right now, it's a buffet out there. He's getting everything he wants in spoonfuls.
Hero against LeVert. Pass to Risache. Nance with a screen on Jaquez. Nance outside. LeVert up top. 4 on the clock. Back to Nance. And Nance with the slam.
Oh, nice ball movement by LeVert. A welcome sign for this team.
There's a screen. Here's Hero. Here's Ware. It's rebounded by Risache. LeVert goes against Hero. LeVert, that's good. He's got 9.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
Has to Ware. Takes it inside. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Nance with a screen on Wiggins. Daniels misses. Heat trail by 3. And they're on the run. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Adebayo finds Wiggins. Back to Adebayo. And the big finish by Adebayo.
And how about Adebayo just getting up and getting athletic?
And Nance with the slam.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Here's Adebayo out to the right wing. Here's Ware. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Hawks on top. They're up by 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. How about Andrew Wiggins? Man, is he playing well.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Alec Burks is out there with Duncan Robinson. And there's Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the 4. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Young looking over the floor. Pass to Capella. Back to Young. Just 2 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Banked it in off the glass. Capella's got his first points in this one.
Not a lot of plays drawn up for Capella, so his energy and involvement come from that kind of activity there.
Burks laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Young with it. From deep. The offensive rebound. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. And a big finish by Robinson.
And how about Duncan rising up there and showing he's got the ability to throw it down.
And Young draws the double. Pass to Johnson. Young against Burks. Outside Young. To the inside. Capella. And the slam dunk by Capella.
To see there just the threat of Young pulling up. It's going to open up the 2-man game. The defender forced to come out and respect the deep shot. And Trey able to make the play.
Outside Burks. Pass to Jovic. Uses the glass on the layup.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Johnson inside, working on Robinson. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Young. Inside, it's Trae Young.
And there's some agility as Trae Young maneuvers to the shot he wants.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys. And he hasn't really had that. Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
And he gets it to go.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Outside Love. Back to Burks. Love, a screen on Young. Here's Burks. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Using his length that time, Capella up top to slam it down.
Outside Burks. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Capella, screen on Burks. Young, the pass to Capella. Outside man. Left side Young. Cash! Trae Young with a triple.
Well, that's Trae Young working right up to the buzzer, but knows the clock and finds a way to bail the team out.
Will it go? And Burks lays it in. Burks has got 4 points in the quarter. 35 seconds left in the third quarter here. Young against Burks. Young, the pass to Capella. That shot off the mark. Love with the defensive effort. Heat trail by 5. Over to the wing. Young against Burks. Pass to Jovic. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Gets it off. Oh, did he? He did!
That's
he
gonna
got
count.
it to fall!
Put it on the board.
So nice. Make no mistake, that's a...
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Atlanta on top, leading by just 2. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. Then it's Rizachet. Then it's Larry Nance. And it's a Kongwu in at the center position. So that's the Hawks 5. A line change here for Miami. LeVert outside. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Hero with it. Now a Kongwu defending. Here's where. Lays it up and banks it in.
Rock the baby, working the size advantage inside.
The Hawks leading. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. And a foul called on the way up. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
And even reviewed under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Just 5 on the clock. There's the screen. Lets the 3 fly. No good on that one. He's 5 for 8. Miami has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. That puts him in the lead.
Getting Wiggins something in the catch and shoot. It's just good offense and keeps him in a good rhythm.
Here's LeVert, and he slams it in one-handed.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. It's a 1-point game. Wiggins outside. Pass to Ware. Outside Jaquez. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Fires from the wing. And it's Ware missing. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Daniels passes to LeVert. No good that time. Some solid D from Jaquez. Out to the wing. Adebayo finds Jaquez. Hero with it. It's Jaquez on the wing. Pass to Adebayo. Lets it go. The rebound by Atlanta.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
The shot by LeVert, no good.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Jaquez drives in. Hero, the pass to Jaquez. Now here's Adebayo. Wiggins outside. It's rebounded by Risache.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Pass to Daniels. And he banks in the layup. And the Hawks lead by 3.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Here's Wiggins. Okay, Wiggins putting on a show here.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
It's stolen by Jaquez. Here's the break. Puts up a 3. It's not going to go for him. So it's all come down to this.
It's really that time when your leaders must step up.
Nance, pass to Risache. LeVert, a screen on Jaquez. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Tyler Hero.
That and one is huge, making this now a 2-possession game. And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Here's Wiggins. Adebayo from long range. He connects. And that one brings him within 1.
And this is a huge step showing trust in Bam's play in the biggest moments.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Good on the first. And that'll put him up 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
Here's Jaquez. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.